Hello, midlife goddess here. Have you ever wondered, can a car get you laid? The answer is yes. Newsflash. Okay, so the other day, a friend of mine was meeting me, and a guy friend of mine showed up, and he was like, he likes her. He's seen her a few times, and he likes her. She's not interested in him. He's about, he might be a couple years younger than her, or her age. I don't know. He's successful, maybe net worth successful, maybe in the same range as she is. However, she's dating a much younger guy who's very handsome and fun and also successful. He does very well. He has a great job and he pays for everything when they go out and you know. But my guy friend, he was asking me, he was like, why is she not interested in me? And besides that she's already dating someone, I was thinking about this, and his car is not doing him any favors. What is his car? He drives, it's a, it's an SUV, and it's a very conservative brand, and it's sort of something you would, it's safe, it's known to be safe. I don't even know what color it is. It could be gray, it could be navy, I don't know. But it's the kind of car that you would think maybe a soccer mom would have, or somebody who's very conservative, right? This is a guy who has never had children and is looking to date. He's finding that a lot of women who he likes are not that interested in him. He's attractive. He's not unattractive. He's interesting, but I would say he lacks a little bit of pizzazz, right? Now, he might be very good with money, and he might know that, and he might know what his net worth is and how secure he is. But the women that he likes, I think he could do a lot better. I've told him many times, I said, get a Range Rover. If you want to have an SUV, get a Range Rover. Why? Because a Range Rover will get you laid. Now, with the friend of mine I'm thinking of, if he pulled up in a Range Rover, would it be enough to get her? No. What would be enough to get her? A 911. If he showed up in a 911, it would convey that he's not so practical. He's a little more fun. He has something that is extravagant and luxurious and very fast and feels like $1 million when you're inside a 911. And it would add several points to his sex appeal quotient. And you know women are impractical creatures a lot of the time when it comes to first impressions that a man makes. And that's why if you're a man, it can absolutely benefit you, even if you only have 3 outfits, which in fact you don't need more than 3 outfits, but make them really nice ones. And if you're a single guy looking to date and you're not, a 10, you're not a 30 something year old 10, and you can afford a nice car, it may not be practical. It's very impractical. Let's be honest. German cars and English cars cost a lot to maintain. But will they get you laid? For sure. 100%. 100%. Because the woman enjoys the date more and feels more special and more excited when you pick her up in a car that she finds sexy. It sets the mood already. Much like a nice hotel room can set the mood already. Much like a nice restaurant can set the mood already. You can't do that in your own house. It's not going to happen. You can't do that in a casual place. You can't do that in a practical car. So while it may be very wonderful and practical to have a Prius, and probably the smart thing to do, I mean, it's not going to get you laid other than by another person who also has a Prius. Maybe then. Okay, so the three, actually the four, let's do 4 cars I think are the most likely to get a guy laid are Range Rover is number one. And Range Rover, the reason why is it conveys that you're successful, obviously, because you can afford this car that's very high maintenance. When they break down, as they're known to do, and it will, it's expensive to fix. Or you've leased it, and even if you lease it, it's expensive, right? It says that you're extravagant. You're willing to spend money on things that are luxurious. You're not miserly. You're not practical. You're not trying to save every dime and take it with you to the grave, right? You're trying to live right now, which is sexy and fun. Okay. It also says that you're confident. Range Rover, more than any other SUV, says confident. Now, the new Cadillac, the large one, I think that also conveys a lot of confidence, and I would put that in a close second. The Lincoln, maybe, but the Lincoln seems more like a car that it's fun to be in the back of it as a limousine than to be in the front of it driving. Just my perception of it. So the Range Rover #1. And Range Rover is very masculine. It's a masculine car. It conveys, I have a library in my home and I'm busy doing important things in there all day long. It conveys, I may have a cigar now and then. Not that I like the scent of cigars, but they do look from a distance attractive when a guy's smoking a cigar. It's that kind of thing. Okay, the second car that I think will get you laid, I already said it, and it maybe should be the first car, is a Porsche 911. A 911 says very uh, sensual. Sensual because of the shape of the car. It's a very sexy shaped car. It's curved. It's fast. It's low to the ground. It's very exciting. There are a bunch of cars that are faster than a 911, and there are guys like things like a Dodge Viper or a this or a that, American muscle cars and stuff. Women don't like them. They impress other guys, if that's what you're looking to do. Or if you want to date guys and you're a guy, I think that would work. But if you want to date women, most women, no, they like a 911. They want to be picked up in a 911. 911, or a Panamera will certainly do the trick. A Porsche. Porsche is a very, very good choice. The second best on that list, I would say, is a Jaguar sports car. That's a good one too. There is actually a wonderful Audi sports car, and that should certainly be on the list. I don't even know the name of it, but it's the sporty one, you know what I mean. Excellent. So those cars, specifically the 911, it really conveys, a love for speed, success, because it is very expensive to have one. Even just the tires are expensive. It says you don't mind spending on impractical things. It says that you're likely to want to go get a good steak and you're not going to be frugal, right? Frugality, while it's very, very practical, and if you're young and you're good looking, you don't need any of this stuff. You need to invest your ass off so you can get this stuff when you're older. That's what you need to be doing. Make as much as you can, invest as much as you can. And let's be honest, there are some guys that can live in their van and they're going to get laid. However, is the woman going to actually stick with them, or is she just going to sleep with them and then move on to somebody who has a nice car? The charm will wear off for those type of guys, but they will get laid a lot. But a guy who's, 6, but he has a 911 is going to get laid so much more than a guy who is an 8 and has a Prius, or an 8 and has a Camry, or an 8 and has a fill-in-the-blank practical car. So, okay, another car I'm going to put on my list of cars that will get you laid, and this might be a big surprise because a lot of people think this car is very ugly, but it's the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck says that you are a futurist. You believe in the future. You believe in AI. You're a visionary. You are forward thinking. You think outside of the box. All of these things are very sexy, imaginative, non-traditional. So if you're trying to convey that you're not a traditional guy, a Cybertruck, it couldn't be better. There's a bunch of other Teslas, and they're all great practical choices, but none of them are going to get you laid. None of them. Maybe to someone, but not to, not to the most discerning women. The most discerning women, they're either going to love or hate you in a Cybertruck, but if they love you in a Cybertruck, they're going to like you in a Cybertruck more than they would like you in a Range Rover or a 911. How's that? And you won't have to pay for, I don't know, $2,000 tires every time one blows, or $200 a month in gas, or all that stuff. You'll just have this car that drives itself, so you can have all the time in the world to make out of the car. Not a bad deal. Now, Cybertruck. Should you wrap it if you get a Cybertruck? Should you have a colorful Cybertruck? Should it be iridescent rainbow? No. No, that removes the attractiveness. If it's wrapped and it says some crazy branding logo, crazy stuff on it, if it's loud, if it's yellow, if it's lime green, all those are big turnoffs. Those say, look at me please, I'm desperate, and desperation is a stinky cologne. So you never want to come across as desperate, meaning you don't really want to pick a car in a color like red, yellow, lime green. I mean, really, it's best to stick with black. If you're unsure, just stick with black. Another great color that you can't go wrong in is navy. Silver's nice. White will work, but it's a little bit feminine. Charcoal gray, very nice. Black is the safest. Black is unobtrusive. So, Cybertruck, yeah. Definitely an unwrapped or wrapped in black or wrapped in gray. Not wrapped in a crazy color. Not, I want to be the one in the neighborhood with the purple Cybertruck. That will not get you laid. That will make people think that you are just kind of needy. And want to be popular with strangers. You know, why? Okay, the last one, you're going to be surprised after all these fancy cars I've mentioned, but I'm going to say it. The last car that will really get you laid if you're a guy is a pickup truck. An F-150. It's a great one. It's the perfect one. It's the best-selling truck for years and years and years and years, right? Pickup truck. Why do women find guys in a pickup truck sexy? Because he is, in their mind, masculine for sure. Capable, most importantly, he's capable. If she needs to move, he can move her stuff and is happy to. Guys don't get pickup trucks unless they're going to use them. And they often use them helping their friends. These are the guys that you call up when you need something and they go pick it up for you, right? So these are very like traditional, masculine, handy, capable, old-fashioned kind of guys. A dying breed. Very precious guys. So if you have a pickup, I mean, it could be a Toyota, I don't know, is it Tacoma, or what's the large Toyota one, even better? Those are good too. Toyotas look pretty good in pickup trucks, but I think the F-150 is the best. If you get the Raptor or something like that with the huge tires and the big fancy grill, again, we're getting into the category of trying too hard. If you have a dually, unless you are pulling horses behind that dually, you do not need a dually. If you have a good reason to have a dually, that's fine. But otherwise, it's obnoxious. It's sort of, again, look at me, please, please look at me, please. So you don't want that. So yeah, so there's my list. Pickup truck. Pickup truck can be any color pretty much, as long as it's not something crazy. I mean, they tend to come in white, don't they? I guess that's what contractors have. Black could be better. Black's always best for cars. So there's the 4 cars that I think will get you laid the most. The Range Rover, the 911, the Cybertruck, and a pickup. Let's say an F-150. And have you ever been attracted to somebody because of the car they drove? Did you ever give somebody a chance after seeing them in their car that you wouldn't have even given a chance if you hadn't seen them in that car? I certainly have. It was a Jaguar, black on black. And I've not gone on a date with a guy because I found out he had a Corvette. And I know guys love Corvettes, but I don't. A red Corvette, I don't see myself riding in one. Not ever. I mean, I'd have to be pretty desperate. I'd have to really need to get somewhere. So let me know. What are your cars? What cars do it for you that would make you feel like a king if you're driving them? And don't give me any talk about the Hyundai or the Genesis or the blah 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 is more practical. The Lexus doesn't break down. I know all that. I know that these cars I'm mentioning are not the practical cars. I'm well aware. And that's part of what makes them sexy. Except for the pickup, I think it's pretty practical. Oh, I didn't mention Jeeps, and probably a lot of people are going to put Jeep on their list, aren't they? But I'm not. I'm not. Mm-mm. I guess I'd put Defender on the list then, but that would only be a vintage Defender. That would not be the new one. Why? You tell me. All right. Thank you for watching. If you like it, thumbs up, please, and share. And if you hate it, give me a thumbs down. Let me know why. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. And if you're having issues dating, I want you to know that a car that is sexy is actually an excellent investment. I'm not saying go broke, but I'm saying you can't take it with you. Cars do make you. Okay, bye.